Well, I just asked you what Matt Ryan is thinking, and wondering about that. We don't have to wonder that about Aaron Rodgers, Kurt Warner, because he's telling Pat McAfee exactly what's on his mind. And he said that 20% of the snaps, there's a mistake being made on the field that they can't overcome. That's 1 out of every 5 snaps. What are you seeing out of the Packers offense?
Well, so I'm actually going to be doing a little piece on NFL Plus, the QB Insider that I do. So if anybody's subscribed, go check that out on Thursday. On Aaron Rodgers. And, I think there's a variety of issues there. And, the hardest thing when you watch film is you're not sure exactly how things play out. But you definitely see Aaron Rodgers hesitating or Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball a certain place and the receiver's not, going the same place that the ball's going. One example, they ran, a slant route, and it was Alan Lazard. So it was his guy running a slant route. And as he goes to run the slant route, Alan Lazard slows down a little bit in the window between 2 defenders, and Aaron throws it out in front of him. And it turns into a dive forward and an incompletion. There's another one where Robert Tonyan, the guy that he's played with, obviously, and they've had success, is running an out route. And Aaron sees that there's a defender sitting outside of him, and Tonyan comes out of it, and he's running the out route, and Aaron's trying to put it on his back shoulder, and Tonyan comes out, and he's coming out a little too fast, and it's an incompletion when Aaron's trying to protect him from that throw, but the receiver didn't see what he's seeing. So when we talk about, the details and you talk about how we're a little bit off on every play, you see a lot of those things. Aaron seeing one thing and the receivers doing something else. Now, there have been plenty of times in my career where we've never talked about a receiver slowing down, or we've never talked about a receiver adjusting a certain way. And there'll be times in games where I'll throw it to the adjustment, kind of like, man, I hope he sees what I see because I'm going to throw it here because I know this is where the hole's at. And then I throw it, and he doesn't go there, and I can't be mad at him because I know he's doing exactly what we told him to do. I was just hoping that he saw the game like I saw the game, or he saw the opening like I saw the opening, and that can be a frustrating thing when you're a quarterback and you can see it and other guys don't see it. But at the end of the day, you always have to come back to, well, okay, let's draw it up on paper and let's tell these guys what to do. And then everything else needs to fall on me to read the defense and get the ball where it needs to be. Although it does lead to frustration because, not every play is perfect. In some plays you have to hit tight windows and you have to put it on the back shoulder. And you just want those guys to be able to do that, to the level that Aaron can do that. And right now they're not. That they're young and they're not seeing it the same way, and it's causing a lot of problems. And I think it's leading to hesitation for Aaron Rodgers, and he's not playing his best football. So a lot of issues to go around. But again, in that NFL Plus piece, you'll get a chance to kind of see what I'm talking about and how it's very noticeable when you watch them play.
I look forward to seeing that. And then the last one for you, Thursday night, Week 8 kickoff. Brady's not been 3-4 to start a Week 8 since 2002. That's how long it's been. Here comes Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I can't believe, Kurt, that Brady lost to a team with an interim head coach that just traded away their best player and is starting P.J. Walker against him, but he did by 18, I might add. What are you seeing from that offense before I let you go, sir?
Man, did you get this plug from NFL Plus? Because I'm doing something on Brady.
There
as well.
you go. Well, I mean,
both the coach.
Yeah, why not? Good.
You were
Great.
You're just locked in and tied in. But I tell you what I'm seeing is that, and I think we've all talked about everything that seems to be going on with Brady off the field. That he's not himself, and he just isn't acting himself. And there's a lot of issues going on. He's an old guy and got a lot of stuff going on, right, Rich?
Yes.
And so what you're seeing on the field is that it is so un-Brady-like. The piece that I'm looking at, in NFL Plus is really focusing on things that Brady's not seeing that he's always seen. There's a safety sitting in the middle of the field from the snap, from the go, and he drops back and he tries to throw something right down the middle of the field. And, he hits the safety in the hands. And you're just going, I don't understand it. I can't make sense of it because, players don't just forget how to play. But it really seems like, his ability to focus and do the things that really have separated Tom Brady over the years are getting clouded. And he's not seeing or, He's making mistakes that you scratch your head and go, I just don't know how he didn't see that. I just don't know how he missed the guy that he almost hit in between the numbers that was standing in the same place from the time the ball was snapped till the time he hit him in the numbers. Like, it's just it's uncharacteristic of Tom Brady. And the only thing that I can make sense of is that for the first time, he hasn't been able to compartmentalize football. And he hasn't been able to separate all the other stuff going on from him being able to show up for 3 hours on Sunday and play his game. And that's what he's always been great at, is being able to push out all the noise and just focus on playing the game. And right now, it just looks like it's a mess and it's clouded and he's not seeing things and he's just trying to drop back and make a throw. But there's a lot of bad decisions and a lot of bad throws that I'm seeing right now.
Wow, Kurt, you gave us a lot of food for thought there. So just to wrap it all up, the Sports Talk Radio question from Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi to the two New York quarterbacks that are one playing well and Daniel Jones and another one who's trying to get on track with Zach Wilson and Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Which one do you think is the most fixable, the one most improvable for the next 10 plus weeks in the season? Which one, if you had to choose one of them?
Last week I think I would have said Tom Brady, just because of the pieces. I think I actually did say it on our show. The more I watch them and the more I see the issues he's having, I don't know if it's going to be Tampa. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers, of those guys that we talked about. I mean, again, Daniel's playing well. So not really counting him, but I just think, when you watch the little things that they're off on, I do believe that that's something that they can work through. And Aaron's smart enough and good enough that I think they can clean up some of those. And I don't think it's going to be great by any means, but I do believe it can get better, just based on, I think at times, how close I think they are. And again, the young guys just have to see some things. Sometimes, we can run a play 50 times in practice and in training camp, and then all of a sudden you run it once in a game and you get a completely different look than you had, at any other time when you've run it. And you've got to go, oh, shoot, we've never seen that before. I think he's going to do this. He does. Okay. But it gives us the ability to go back into that room and go, okay, Robert, here's what I saw here. I need you to see this defender sitting outside. Now, the next time we go and run this, we've got another rep against another look that now we can be more on the same page than we were before. And I think that's what the Packers are going through to some degree right now, is they're seeing things they've never seen before. Aaron's waiting for them to make the adjustments that he wants. And assuming they've got the right guys in the room, I do believe some of those things can be cleaned up and they can get better.